Welcome everybody to a new series on the channel where I'm going to teach you about dark psychology and the dark triad, along with Machiavellianism. This is going to be a 30-part series where we're going to take a deep dive into this subject and learn the power that lies behind the scenes. Let's get into it. What's good everybody? I'm the Saint DC. I'm a foreman by day and I'm building Sweet Dreams Enterprises by night. This channel is for the men who are building something real while the rest of the world sleeps. Here we talk about business, productivity, mindset, fitness, dating, and faith. If that's something you're about, subscribe, and let's grow together. Now let's get into this dark psychology video, shall we? There are people in your life right now, maybe your boss, maybe someone you're dating, maybe a close friend, who are operating on a completely different set of rules than you are. They are not confused. They are not hurt. They are not going through something. They are strategic. And until you understand what I'm about to show you, you will keep losing to them and not understand why. This is day one. Let's get into it. In 2002, two psychologists, Paulhouse and Williams, published research identifying what they call the dark triad. 3 personality traits that when present in a person predict one thing above all else. They will use you if it serves them. Now, this is not some fringe psychology. This is taught in business schools. It is studied in military academics. It is the subject of some of the most read books in history, but most people walk around completely blind to it. Today, I'm going to change that for you. The first trait is narcissism, and I need you to drop the pop culture version of this word. The guy who takes too many selfies, or the woman who only talks about herself. Real narcissism, the kind that will affect your life, is about 2 things: entitlement and lack of empathy. Narcissists genuinely believe that they are more important than you, not as a performance, as a belief. And because of that belief, your feelings are irrelevant to them, except when your feelings can be used to control you. Here's what makes them dangerous. On the surface, they are often the most charming, confident, and magnetic person in every single room, because the whole performance is designed to pull admiration out of everyone around them. There are 2 versions that you must know: the overt narcissist and the covert narcissist. Overt is what you picture: loud, boastful, demanding, easy to eventually spot. Covert is a dangerous one: quiet, self-deprecating, always the victim. They operate through guilt, sympathy, and passive aggression. You will feel like you are the problem, and that is exactly what they want. The second trait, and the one I personally find most fascinating, is Machiavellianism. Named after Niccolo Machiavelli, the 16th century political philosopher who wrote that the ends justify the means, that fear is more reliable than love, that how things appear matters more than how they are. A Machiavellian person is not emotional about their manipulation. They are strategic. They are the person who is always 3 moves ahead, who treats information like currency, who builds alliances not out of loyalty, but out of calculated usefulness. Here's the thing about high mocks, as researchers call them, that most people miss. They are not stupid or reckless. They assess accurately. They read people with cold precision. In research settings, when you put high mocks in negotiation scenarios, they consistently outperform everybody else. Not because they are smarter, because they are unattached to the emotional noise that slows everyone else down. This is a trait that shows up in boardrooms, in negotiations, in politics, and yes, in your dating life. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience who you really are. Niccolo Machiavelli. This is the operating system of power. Appearance is the weapon. Reality is the secret. The third trait is psychopathy, and this is the one where most people's understanding goes completely off the rails. Psychopaths are not what you see in movies. Most of them are never violent. Most of them are never in prison. Research suggests that approximately 5 in 100 CEOs exhibit psychopathic traits. Why? Because the core features of psychopathy, fearlessness, superficial charm, emotional detachment, and zero anxiety about consequences, are actually assets in competitive environments. What makes psychopaths distinctly dangerous is one thing: they do not experience guilt or remorse the way you do. They can make a decision that devastates your life and feel nothing about it, not because they are angry at you, because you were just a variable in their calculation. The triarchic model breaks psychopathy into three dimensions: boldness, fearlessness, and social dominance; meanness, callousness, and indifference to others' suffering; disinhibition, impulsivity, and disregard for social rules. Not every psychopath has all three at high levels, but when they do, you are dealing with someone operating in a fundamentally different reality than you. The most dangerous combination. Here's what you need to understand about these three traits together. They overlap, and in the real world, you rarely encounter a pure version of any one. The most dangerous individuals combine narcissistic entitlement, Machiavellian strategy, and psychopathic fearlessness. Think about that combination in practice. They believe they deserve whatever they want. They are cold-blooded enough to engineer getting it, and they feel no guilt afterward. That is not a horror movie villain. That is someone you might be working for right now. Why does this matter in business? Dark Triad personalities are overrepresented in leadership. If you do not understand them, you will keep getting outmaneuvered and not know why. They take credit, they assign blame, and they do it with a smile on their face. You see the performance, not the calculation behind it. They build alliances strategically, not out of loyalty. The moment you stop being useful to them, the relationship changes. Why does this matter for dating? Love bombing, overwhelming affection early on, creates rapid emotional dependency before withdrawing. Mirroring, reflecting your personality, values, and interests back at you to create a false bond. And the third, intermittent reinforcement, random bursts of affection mixed with coldness, same mechanism as slot machines. Knowing the names gives you the power to see through them. Why do victims stay? The neurochemistry. Dopamine, spikes during love bombing, under intimate reinforcement, triggers on possibility of reward, identical to gambling addiction. The second, oxytocin, released during intimacy and reconciliation, cements attachment regardless of harm. The brain cannot distinguish trauma from love. The third, cortisol, surges during abuse. Chronic elevation dysregulates the nervous system. Over time, the body mistakes chaos for connection. Number 4, serotonin drop. Dopamine roller coasters deplete serotonin, causing depression, anxiety, and obsessive thinking about the relationship. From Helen Fisher, love activates the same brain areas as cocaine addiction. This is not weakness, it is biochemistry. How to spot them in the wild. Universal red flags, present across all three traits. Number 1, excessive charm that feels too good to be true. Number 2, rapid escalation of intimacy or connection. Number 3, consistent lying, even about small things. Number 4, lack of genuine remorse when they cause harm. Number 5, blame shifting, your fault, always. Number 6, a history of short, unstable relationships. Number 7, knowledge hoarding and information control. Number 8, they never lose. Someone else is always a problem. The mask, a carefully constructed public persona, is a central concealment mechanism. So here's what I need you to do today. Not tomorrow, today. Pull out your phone. Think of the 3 most influential people in your life right now, and for each one, honestly rate them on those 3 dimensions: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, on a scale of 1 to 10. This exercise is not about becoming paranoid. It is about becoming precise, because you cannot defend against what you cannot name. And do the same for yourself. Most ambitious people, builders, founders, competitors, all score higher than they expect on Machiavellianism. That is not a problem. That is a tool, if you understand it. Day 1 key takeaway. You cannot defend against what you cannot name. Narcissism is entitlement plus lack of empathy, driven by need for admiration. Machiavellianism, cold strategy plus information control, driven by need to control outcomes. Psychopathy, no remorse and no fear, driven by complete emotional detachment. Next time we go deeper, We are cracking open narcissism, overt, covert, and everything in between. And I'm going to show you the exact playbook narcissists run in relationships and in business. If this is making you think of someone specific right now, that discomfort is a point. That clarity is what this series is built on. Drop a comment below. Which trait do you encounter most? I read every single one. Subscribe. Next Saturday's video is one you're going to want to see. And always remember, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Till next time, peace out.